Hi, I'm Kerry Schafer, also known as Kerry Ann King. I'm an author, I'm a mental health counselor, I'm a registered nurse, and more exciting for me than that, I am also a creativity coach. And I believe very strongly in the pursuit of creativity and creative wellness in mind, body, spirit, and creative health. So I'm really, really excited to be part of this new creative wellness retreats venture with Christina, who is going to tell you a little bit about her over here. Hi, Christina.
Hi, I'm Christina DeLay. I am a author who is not published yet, but I'm working to get there. I also lead cruising riders writing retreats. So I've done quite a few retreats through my life, through cruising riders and a few other things too. So and like Kerry, I'm so excited about our new creative wellness retreats. I'm really excited about what we're going to be doing through them and teaching you guys a few things. So I think what we wanted to talk today a little bit about was, we were talking right before we hit record on this and how we have these kind of strangely similar but different stories on how we got to where we are now and understanding the importance of creative wellness. So it's kind of cool. So we wanted to share those with you. So I'll let Kerry start with hers and then I'll follow up with mine.
Sure. Okay. Thanks, Christina. So I've been writing for a long time, off and on, ever since I was a kid. I've had spells where I didn't write at all because I didn't believe that it was that I was worth the time, I think, for the writing. Everything else came first: the family, the job, the kids, my partner, all of the other things. And I'm pretty sure that most of you can relate to how that can happen. Back a couple of years ago, I was writing and I was published, and I still was feeling like everything else came first. And I was always constantly struggling to be trying to find time for the writing. It still wasn't something that I valued as really necessary to my survival, which it is. Maybe I would live without it, but nobody would want to live with me, if that makes any sense. I am not a good person when I'm not doing my writing, because it's what I'm supposed to be doing here. It took me a long time to figure that out. You too. So one day, back a little over a year ago, I had this really rigid schedule in place so that I could do all of the things. So I had the day job, I had the writing, I was doing a couple of books a year, and I would get up in the morning and write from 5 to 6, and then I had other things I had to do, and then I would go to work, and then I would come home and do all of these things. And I actually caught myself saying out loud to myself as I was driving to my day job, this routine is going to kill me. So I made some very significant changes in my life, and one of those was starting this path of becoming a creativity coach, which opened a whole lot of doors for me. And I realized that I was running up against, well, a whole lot of things, like really high expectations for myself, perfectionism, disillusionment in the publishing industry and taking that personally, and really not still believing that what I was doing was worth the time I was putting in it, and feeling like somehow I was taking away from my family by the time that I was putting into writing. I've come to see that in a whole different way over the last year, and my world is expanding again. It's free. I'm writing. I'm enjoying the writing that I'm doing. I dial back the expectations when I need to, and it's interesting because I'm being rewarded for that. I have a new publishing contract. The book that I'm writing right now is really creative and awesome, and I'm having a wonderful and exciting time. Saying you had a really kind of freakily similar, moment of understanding that came to you.
Yeah, so about 4 years ago, I was working a corporate job downtown Houston, and I had a 3-hour commute round trip every day, and I got shoved into this corporate box of accounting, which I don't like. I'm awful with numbers. I don't know how that happened, but I was doing the budgets for my group and a bunch of stuff. And I remember driving, stuck in traffic for an hour on my way into work one morning, thinking, this is going to kill me. I cannot do this anymore. And I quit. Allow myself to be creative again. I had this guilt that kind of like sat on me for a while. And so I worked through that and started figuring out ways to make a living doing more creative aspects of what I enjoy, and crafting a life that I want.
That crafting a life, and I just wanted to dive in on that because that's really, for me, I believe that our lives are our greatest creative project. That's, you know, it's a creative endeavor, creating the life that we want to live, and we can do that. We don't have to just accept what's handed to us, and so that's really exciting. I love that you just said that.
I kind of got chills that you just said that, because that's exactly how I've always thought about it. Is it's up to us on the kind of life we lead. We have one life. That's it. We have one life. And I don't want to wait until I retire and I'm 65 years old to start living the life that I want. That's not what I have ever wanted. So about 4 years ago, I quit that corporate job and I took a big pay cut, and we had a 10-month-old at the time. And we didn't really know what we were going to do next, but I couldn't keep on doing what I had been doing. And I think that there is something to be said for taking that leap of faith in yourself and trusting that things are going to work out when you start living in a way that is more true to who you are.
Exactly. And that's where the synchronicities happen. I think I love the word synchronicity. If you're not familiar with it, it basically just it's a word that means, I don't know, I was thinking of it as the weird things. It's a little woo woo. you take a leap of faith, and then all of these things happen that you didn't know were going to happen, and it's completely unexpected. And that was another thing we were going to talk about, is the synchronicity of how we came together to become Creative Wellness. I had decided to invest in myself and make myself worth being, I don't know, I'm trying to think how to say this. I redefined my version of success. I started telling myself I'm already a successful author. And as a successful author, what I really need to be doing is seeing my agent. And I haven't seen her in a really long time because she lives in Georgia and I'm way up north by the Canadian border. So I actually went to see my agent, spent a couple of days there. And while I was there, I was telling her all about the creativity stuff and how excited I was and the things that I was doing. And she looked at me and she said, "You need to talk to Christina, because Christina does the Cruising Writers, and that's such an awesome thing. And she's into creativity. And I think that she was looking for somebody the other day that, you know, is into the creative process. So you should contact her." So I did. I emailed Christina, and then this is what I got back from Christina.
Yeah, and I about 2 weeks before then, I had been studying up on MBTI types, and really getting
Myers-Briggs for those who aren't in the know.
And so I'm an INFJ, and I had this revelation, like, oh my gosh, that explains so much about what I've gone through in my life, like so much. So I had this huge, and so what I wanted to do was find a place where I could go and talk to other people who had this kind of revelation like me, who were also creative types. And so I got online to find something that's not out there. It doesn't exist. I thought, well, I like to do retreats, so I need to find a creativity coach who's going to help me do this. And I thought, I need to talk to Kerry Schafer. And this is about 2 weeks before she emailed me. So then she emailed me. I was like, oh my gosh. I just had this moment of, this is meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So as you can tell, we're both very excited about this. And I think we want to do some more videos, and we'll tell you more about why we think that the Myers-Briggs or MBTI is such an important part of the creative process, and it sheds so much light on why you might be stuck or struggling or blocked. Is there anything else we need to tell them today, do you think?
Just that we are having our first Creative Wellness Retreat. It's going to be April 4th through 8th in 2019. So that's about 10 months away. And it's going to be up in Whidbey Island, Washington. It's gorgeous. We've got this, we've rented this beautiful home. And it's more like it's not really a home. It's like a big mansion. They do like tons of weddings and stuff there. And it's on all this beautiful nature, and the beach is nearby. And there's this whole like artist village near there. And anyway, so we are so excited about that. And I think we just want to personally invite you guys to come join us and let us explore creativity together.